You know, every great venture, every single game-changing product, it all starts with one thing, a simple idea. But in a world where information just moves at the speed of light, how do you actually stop that brilliant idea from being copied or stolen or even used against you? Well, let's get into it.
So think about this for a second. On one hand, you've got this globally protected, century-old secret formula. And on the other, you have that spark of genius, the one you came up with last week. They seem like they're worlds apart, right? But believe it or not, they share a fundamental truth.
And that's really the heart of the matter. They're both what we call intangible assets. You can't physically hold them, but their value is immense. The problem is, unlike, say, your laptop, an idea can be taken from you without you even knowing it's gone.
So, how in the world do you protect something you can't even see? Well, the best way to think about it is like building a fortress around your idea. And this isn't just one single wall. No, it's a series of different defenses, and each one is designed to protect a very specific part of your creation. This whole concept? This is what we call intellectual property, or IP for short.
Okay, so the first wall of our fortress is the patent. This is for the real heavy-duty stuff. The functional nuts and bolts inventions. If you've created a totally new machine, a new chemical process, or a new drug, a patent gives you the exclusive right to make and sell it for about 20 years. But here's the catch. You get this government-backed monopoly, but in return, you have to publicly disclose exactly how your invention works. It's a trade-off.
All right, our next wall is the copyright. This one protects creative expression, the words in a book, the lines of software code that make an app work, or the melody in a song. And what's really cool about copyright is that the protection is automatic. The second you create it, bam, you've got a copyright. A super important point, though, it protects the expression of an idea, not the idea itself. Big difference.
The third wall, that's your trademark. This isn't about the product itself, but all about how people recognize it. It's basically your brand's face to the world. A logo like the Nike swoosh, for example, instantly tells you who you're buying from. And as long as you keep using it in commerce, that protection can last forever. And finally, we get to the most mysterious part of the fortress, the trade secret. This protects information that gives you a competitive edge for one reason and one reason only, because it's secret. We're talking customer lists, marketing strategies, or the classic example, a secret recipe. Its power doesn't come from a government certificate. It comes from secrecy itself.
So let's just step back and look at the whole fortress here. This table lays it all out beautifully. You can see the key differences at a glance. Patents and trademarks, they require you to take official action to register them. Copyright, that's automatic. But trade secrets, look at that requirement. Their only requirement is that you actually keep them secret. And see that indefinite duration? Yeah, that only lasts until somebody leaks it.
And this is where things get really interesting. See, while you can file paperwork for patents, copyrights, and trademarks, you can't go to an office and register a secret. Its entire legal protection, every bit of it, hinges on your ability to guard it.
To really understand just how high the stakes are with trade secrets, let's walk through a little cautionary tale.
Okay, picture this. You are in your company's high-security R&D lab. On a table sits your next big thing, a top-secret prototype. Now, a maintenance worker is there to fix the air conditioning, and here's the kicker. He's been left all alone, unescorted, and he's got a smartphone with him.
And then it happens. In a moment of total carelessness, he snaps a selfie. Your multi-million-dollar prototype is right there, clear as day, in the background. He posts it online. So here's the big question. Legally speaking, is your trade secret gone for good?
The answer? It's brutal and it's swift. Likely, yes. In that single thoughtless moment, the secret part of your trade secret was publicly disclosed. It's out there. And once the cat is out of the bag like that, you can't put it back in.
So why? Why is the legal protection just gone? Well, it's because the law will only protect a trade secret if the owner takes what are called reasonable steps to keep it a secret. And letting an unescorted visitor with a camera wander around your secure lab, that is not a reasonable step.
And this brings us to the most critical takeaway of this whole thing. It is not enough to just have a secret. You have to actively, constantly defend it. So let's look at exactly what these reasonable steps are.
When things go wrong, the courts look for clear evidence of protection. First off, are you using legal tools like non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, with your employees and partners? Second, are you clearly marking things? I mean, labeling documents and files as confidential isn't just for show. It's a legal signal.
And third, are you controlling who can see or touch the secret, both physically and on your computer networks?
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The law helps those who help themselves. If you treat your most valuable information carelessly, like it's just another piece of paper, well, the law is going to treat it that way too. Protection is an active, continuous job.
So let's bring it right back to where we started. Your ideas, your processes, your unique formulas, they are all incredibly valuable assets. You can build that fortress of patents, copyrights, and trademarks around them. But for your deepest, most important secrets, the only thing standing between you and disaster are the reasonable steps you take every single day. So the question is, are you doing enough?